guys, it's Annika. Welcome to my Chonica. This is bugging the fuck out of me. Love it. Hey guys, it's Annika. Welcome to my Chonica. I changed my location just a tad. Today I'm wearing trash clothes, but at least my hair is brushed. But today I'm going to be giving you guys like a little tutorial on how to get like a really dewy look. This is going to be something that you can do every day. Not like my highlighter challenge dewy though. That one was really good. So let's get started. First, I'm going to start off with a primer. My primer that I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Master Prime in Blur and Illuminate, of course, because we want to get some illumination going on. And I'm going to be putting this in my nose area and on my dick, because I want my dick to shine for the motherfucking stars. On my forehead and on my chin. I really like this. It blurs everything out and it illuminates. I love most of the primers from this Master Prime range. I think it's so good. I look actually so fucking tired. For foundation, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth. This is one of my favorite foundations. I love this foundation. Tip, if you put out too much, you can just like scrape it back in. And I'm going to be putting that on with my Morphe M439, which is just a really dense kind of kabuki brush. You know what's really sad? This is the lightest color and it's like almost too dark for me. Do you see how it's like a different... Fuck. So I just woke up. Like it's literally like 11 and I like just woke up. I had my mom wake me up. So this is like gonna be what I'm wearing today. Put it on my ear. People have been wanting like a natural tutorial, so when I want natural, I go dewy. Like that's where my mind goes first. I watched Schindler's List last night and it is so fucking good. It didn't make me cry, but I was watching it with Rihanna and Rihanna said that the first time she watched it, it made her cry. It's about the Holocaust and it's about this guy named Oskar Schindler and how he like saved over 1,000 people from Auschwitz basically. And it's so like sad, but it's so nice. Like it's just like such a nicely put together movie. And it's so inspiring that there are people that actually do that kind of stuff. People in power that know what's right and what's wrong, despite what that people above them or like more Nazis are telling them. I just thought it was so inspiring. Okay, now for concealer. I know I said that I don't like this and I still don't, but of course this is like a natural kind of concealer day. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm going to be putting this on my under eyes. And I'm going to be blending that out again with the Morphe M439 brush. I really do like this kabuki brush. I feel like it blends really nicely and also it's so fucking cheap. It's only like $8 for like a really good quality brush. That's not very much. Now I'm going to be setting my whole face with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I'm not going to be setting my whole face because I guess I want it to be dewy, but I'm going to be setting where I crease, which is right here, right by my nose and my smile lines, underneath my eyes, on my chin, and just like a swipe or two across my forehead. Now we're going to move on to our eyes. Actually, I'm going to go back into the NARS concealer just to prime my eyelid. Now I'm going to be going into my Naked 3 palette. I love this for like days that I want to do something natural, but I do really love this palette. I think the pigmentation is wonderful. I think the color selection is really nice, and I just really like the colors. It just gives me like feels, and whenever I look at it, I'm like, ooh damn. So I'm going to be going into this Quivange brush. It's just a fluffy crease brush, and I'm going to be going into the shade Strange, which is this matte white, and I'm going to be doing that to set concealer that we put down. Then I'm going to be going into the shade, I always say going in and I don't know why because I'm not like going into it. I'm going to be taking the shade Limit, which is this lighter matte shade. The only thing with like the Naked palettes is that they have like 3 mattes at the most, which kind of sucks. I know the Naked Smoky has more actually. So the one has only 2, the 2 also has 2 mattes, and then the 3 has 3 matte, but one of them is a matte white, so you don't really get that much use out of it. I'm just kind of buffing this into my crease. Then I'm going to be going into the shade Nooner, which is this one right here. It's kind of a darker matte mauve or mauve. You guys have been asking for a Tartelette in Bloom tutorial, and that is going to be coming up. And of course you don't need to use this palette. This is just kind of a general outline for if you want something dewy. You should use a dewy foundation. You should use a dewy primer. You should use something like light and pink for your eyes. However, if you don't have anything light and pink, you could do a light brown. That works just as well. Whatever floats your dick. And then all over my eyelid, I'm going to be going into the shade Dust, which is almost just like pure glitter, but I really like the way it looks, honestly. I'm going to be using a e.l.f. smudge brush, but I'm going to be spraying it with some Matte Fix Plus so that I can make it like more of a solid rather than particles. I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid, and look how pretty that is. Like, it's amazing what Fix Plus can do. You can use it to intensify your eyeshadows. You can use it as a primer, as a setting spray. You can use it to take away like powderiness once you're done putting on the powder. You can use it for all of that, which I really like. I know before I was talking about how like it's so similar to water, like just use water. Honestly, get the mini size first and see how you like that. I really like Fix Plus. So now that we are done with the eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Colossal mascara. I was looking through my mascara drawer actually, and I was like, I need to use something different. I need to use something different, but I was like, must use Lash Sensational. And I was like, no, honestly, I don't have that many mascaras. I have, but I actually really do like this one. My Colossal is different than lots of other people. Lots of other people say that they have like a thick kind of voluminous wand, but I have like a curved small wand. Maybe they're like different kinds. It's stressful posting every day, honestly. I get that it's like easy for like Shane Dawson because he doesn't have something to do during the day, but I do. You know, it's like kind of weird to think about. Hannah Mojo makes $500,000 every year. I was looking up her stats, and she only has like 2 million subscribers. So if Shane has like 9 million subscribers, that's 4 times as much as Tana, so he makes $2 million every year just from YouTube. And he's dating Ryland, and Ryland has a job. So if they get married, they'll make a lot of money. To everybody who says YouTube isn't a real job, explain that, like, girl. So now that mascara is done, I'm gonna be going on to eyebrows. So I'm of course using my Anastasia brow wiz, and I'm gonna be spooling out my eyebrows. So what I do for my eyebrows is I underline the bottom. I don't overline the top. I just kind of fill in that part that I clipped off with nail scissors. I want to do this video, like a whole video basically, on stories that were really awkward for me, like moments in my life that were really uncomfortable for me, but not for the other person involved. It was just like me overreacting, because I feel like that would be like really relatable and like, you know. Okay, I'm gonna finish filling my eyebrows and then we'll be right back. So now that I'm done with my eyebrows, I wanted to thank you guys so much. You guys have been leaving on my drugstore video like a bunch of eyebrow pencils from the drugstore that are really good. I need to go and like buy some of them. I really want to try out the ColourPop one because that one's like really cheap. For bronzer, I'm gonna be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is my favorite drugstore bronzer. And I'm using this one today just because it's really light, and I don't know if you can tell I'm going for a really light look. This bronzer is really good if you like tend to have a heavy hand with things. What I wish that they would do is I wish that they would come out with darker shades, because right now this is the darkest shade they have. And bitch, if you're black, you're not gonna be able to use this. If you're almost like medium skin tone or above, you're probably not gonna be able to use this, because I feel like this is only catered to like light to low-key medium. Okay, now for blush, I'm gonna be taking my e.l.f. stippling brush as per usual, and I'm gonna be taking the Too Faced Love Flush Blush in Baby Love. I have yet to play around with the ones in Your Love is King and How Deep Is Your Love. The reason why I'm going with this one is just because I want like a light little flush of color. So now that we're done with that, we're gonna be going into the best part. I know, the part that you've all been waiting for. Glow! So I'm gonna be first going in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator. It's in the cool shade, which is ice. If you have a deeper skin tone, they have like a golden one. They also have like a really deep kind of bronze one. My beauty blender is like all the way across the room and I don't want to get it, so I'm using my finger. I also wanted to say, if you guys really like all those products that I used in my full face using products that I made video, continue to use them. You spent your money on them, and if they look good on you, then good for you. Like, I wish that they worked for me, but they did. Now I'm going to be taking my favorite highlight ever. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. This is just the glowiest highlight. If you're so into glowy ass highlights, then since it's baked and it's raised, you're like, it's going to take forever for you to hit pan on this. I got mine off of Poshmark for only like 16 bucks. Actually, I'm going to be taking the e.l.f. smudge brush. I'm going to be putting this in my inner corners. So I really want to do a lip gloss for this because I feel like it's just like the epitome of like dewy and like really pretty and just feminine, and like, so I'm maybe using the Baby Lips lip gloss in the shade Life's a Peach, which is one of my favorite ones. Of course, use whatever lip gloss you want. My favorite lip gloss is Stila Citrine, but they stopped selling it, so I didn't want to use it in this video in case you wanted to go out and buy it. But this is very similar. It's just that the Stila one has like glitters in it, but this one is just completely like one color. It looks clear basically on the lips. It has a little bit of like a milkiness. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, check my dick, and again, leave all your questions for a future Q&A in the comments below, and bye!